Hey y'all, Matt here with Bobcat Bonsai. And have you ever wondered when's the best time to trim up your azalea and why you should do it? If so, stick around and I'll show you how to do it and explain why we do it. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so I'm sure you noticed a different backdrop here. Well, the greenhouse is getting a little bit too hot and I wanted to be outside, so I'm actually on my normal bench where I display most of my trees at, and inside of my yard against this cement wall. I think it's a really relaxing place. It's one of my favorite places to be, but that's not why we're here. We're here to talk about when is the best time to trim back your azalea. And the best time to trim it back is after it flowers. So sometimes it's tough because flowers will happen and you won't have a chance to they're going to bloom at different times, but after you have like your main bloom and everything comes out, that's going to be your best time. So after all my flowers are even at least beginning to push, that's when I'm actually going to come through and start to trim. And you can see everything's really starting to push, like everything's popping out from the little I'm not even sure what you would call that, little leaves that they are hidden underneath. So everything's starting to really push out. So we're going to go back and get it all trimmed off. So some people will say that you can just pull off the flower like this and that takes care of it, but let me get you over here. If you look real closely right here, they sometimes begin to develop seeds. If you saw Kimmy's Bonsai latest episode, I'm sure you already know what I'm talking about. So you don't want these to grow and develop seeds, so it's actually important to come in and cut at the base of each one of them. That way you can make sure no seeds develop and your energy focus goes to the tree itself, not to the individual seed pods that could be growing from it. So we don't need to pull the flowers. We enjoyed them. We got to watch them bloom. Now we're going to come in and trim them all off. And that should be a fun time through here. So some of these didn't open up all the way, and I am going to end up trimming those off anyway. I got to see a nice bloom from most of them, and I appreciate the tree for letting me see that. But now it's time for me to repay the tree and keep it healthy by taking care of it. So I'm just going to go through, trim off all the flowers, and then I'll be right back with you. So now we got all of the flowers off, and that's so tough because it's so pretty seeing all these flowers on it, but had to get rid of them. So a little background on this tree. This tree was a clearance find at Lowe's. I paid, what was it? It was originally, I think it was originally $16 and I paid $8 for it, but I can't remember for sure. So we'll say I believe. But let's take a little look-see inside here and look at the trunk here. So the trunk's got multiple branches coming off. Multiple. Did you like that? I'm not 100% sure which ones I want to keep for certain, but I know that like this is not ever going to work, so that has to go. Then I cut it off to find out there's not many leaves in there. And then the same's actually going to go for this one right here and the one behind it. Alright, so now we're getting that all trimmed off. I'm going to take a stab at trying to do these as cuttings. I've never really had luck with it before, but I'll try again. So now we've got this one right here, which is crossing over. roots right here on this side. We're gonna knock that one out. Then we've got one more little guy right down here. So we're gonna take that out. But I do know for certain I need to get it opened up because there's a lot of brown and yellow leaves in here. And it's not due to fertilizing or anything, so it's got to be due to lack of light. Oh, I found another bud in here. Alright, so all I'm going to do now is just go around here and open up some space on the inside, clean up some branches, and then I'll be back with you again. Here's where we're at. I said I wasn't going to cut big branches. I cut 2 big branches. Alright, so here's my thought, right? We've got great movement coming off through here on this branch. Great movement on this branch. This one's just so straight. I'm really thinking about just cutting it right here and getting rid of it, and then changing like the whole planting angle to like this pretty much, and then try to put some movement into this back branch right here to bring it over, and just getting rid of this section altogether. That's my thought, but it's a lot of foliage to lose. But definitely would be a cool look. It would give it almost like an umbrella type canopy across the top. I think we just got to go for it. I'm going to get rid of that branch. Do you think you guys would want to see the big cut? I think so. So let me get you set up and we'll do the big cut. I've got you focused in nicely. And now we're just going to come in here and get our big cut angle. So we'll do an initial cut here. Take off that big section. Now we'll look in at it. And just begin to kind of chip away at it a little bit at a time. Right. So we lost our focus there, I apologize. So we ended up with a little bit of a break there more than a cut. So we're gonna have to move the soil so that I can get a nice solid cut putty over top of it. So if you look real closely, let's see, something besides my finger. If you look real closely right here, you can see where there was almost like that was a separate branch that actually grew through this and was beginning to fuse together right there. That was what happened there. But I was going to throw some cut putty on and then we'll get back to this little trim up. I'll see you when we're there. Alright, so now we're back to the tree. And we're just going to work on getting a little umbrella shape. So again, like I was saying, we're going to end up taking it and playing it almost more like this. I don't think I have. Oh, I have a little bit of styrofoam. So whenever I get shipped styrofoam or something, I'll actually bring it out and lay it in the garden because it's a nice little insulator there. So it's a very, very light change to the angle, but it's a little bit. So now that we've got that, we're actually going to come through and begin to trim to get this umbrella back into shape here. And we don't want it to be too crazy. We're actually going to get rid of this branch right here. just a little bit of a trim. And it doesn't take much to get it. Like that's almost perfect just right in there as it is. Just take a little bit more here. And we've just got like this nice little canopy running through there. I'm going to throw a little bit of wire on so I can move some of these branches a bit. And then I'll be back with you to move the branches. Alright, so the sun's starting to peek through now. And actually giving a really cool appearance here of it just chilling on there. But that's not what I came to show you. I got the wire on, so now I'm going to start working some of these branches. I'm actually going to try and take this one back just a little bit. And I broke it. Oh bother. Well, sometimes you lose. So I'll end up trimming that back and we'll just have to work with this little guy now. So let's work this one real gently here. So now we've got that little guy there. And we'll begin to work this little guy to come back in into here. Alright. So that's going to be it. I'm going to go get my wire nippers, nip that off, cut it, flush it, get it all ready, put cut paste on it, and maybe not. Maybe I'll take the wire off and turn it into a piece of deadwood right there. That sounds like a good idea. Let's keep it as deadwood. Alright, I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, so we're gonna have to let it grow for a while. That looks pretty rough now. Oh well, it is what it is. It didn't like the design I was picking, so it's gonna create its own design. And that's how it'll be. For now, I'm gonna set it up in the shade to heal from this torture I just put it through, and that'll be it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you enjoyed my content, you should subscribe to my channel. And if you really enjoy my content, you should hit the bell notification to get notified every time I release a new video. Thank you.